Shalom, everyone. This is Brother Royal from the King James Bible University. Here at King James Bible University, we are not affiliated with any Christian organization or any camp and their false doctrines. We solely stand alone using the sovereign 1611 King James Bible with the Apocrypha. So get your pens, pencils, paper, electronic devices, and let's begin. Today, I will be speaking on the genie in the bottle. The definition of genie is a spirit of Arabian folklore, frequently depicted as being imprisoned within a bottle or oil lamp, and as being capable of granting wishes when summoned. Are we like the people who believe wishes come true through the Christian name it, claim it rule? Do we call ourselves keeping the Most High God of Israel contained in a bottle or lamp? Let's go to Matthew 25, 1 and 4. Matthew 25, 1 through 4. Then shall the kingdom of heaven be likened unto 10 virgins, which took their lamps and went forth to meet the bridegroom. And 5 of them were wise, and 5 were foolish. They that were foolish took their lamps and took no oil with them. But the wise took oil, meaning blessings and prosperity, in their vessels with their lamps. We attempt to keep Jehovah trapped in our mind, calling on him when there is something we really desire or when we are in big trouble. Let's go to John 4 and 24. John 4 and 24. It reads, God is a spirit, and they that worship him must meaning commanded, and they that worship him must worship him in spirit and in truth. The definition of worship is to show respect, praise, glorify, reverence, devotion, prayer, and exalt. Now, as we live in this matrix, we see nice things that we want to have. Are those things the things that the Most High wants us to have? We are supposed to be studying to show thyself approved. 2 Timothy 2:15. 2 Timothy 2:15. Study to show thyself approved. unto God, a workman that needeth not be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. But somehow the studying becomes wantings and wishes. Studying takes too long. I want my desire, my kingdom of heaven, right now. Let's go to Deuteronomy 6, 1 through 3. Deuteronomy 6, 1 through 3. Now these are the commandments, the instructions, the statutes, and the judgments, doctrines, and teachings, which the Spirit of God your God commanded to teach you, that ye might do them in the land whither ye go to possess it, that thou mightest desire the Spirit of God thy God, to keep all his statutes and his commandments, which I command thee, thou and thy son, all the days of thy life, and that thy days may be prolonged. Hear therefore, O Israel, and observe to do it, that it may be well with thee, and that ye may increase mightily. So, when we read here, increase mightily, is it spiritual or carnal? Is it making time to study and increase in knowledge to get into the kingdom? Oh no, that's boring. Or is it all of the things we can acquire in this world right now, in this matrix? Finishing the verse, as comparing the Spirit of God, our God, of thy fathers have promised thee, in the land that floweth with milk and honey. Wherever you are listening from, is that the land of milk and honey to get to the promises of the Spirit of God? Let's go to Genesis 2, 16 and 17. Genesis 2, 16, 17. And the God, our guide, commanded the male and female, saying, of every elder of the garden thou mayest freely eat, learn. But the elder of the knowledge of good and evil, thou shalt not learn of it. For in the day that thou learnest thereof, thou shalt surely die. There's a series of movies that were made called Wishmaster. You have the people making wishes for things that they want. The genie grants them their wish, but the wish leads to the person who made the wish dying. Let's head over to Genesis 3, 6, and 7. Genesis 3, 6, and 7. Genesis 3, 6, and 7. And when the woman saw that the tree, the elder, was good for food, and that it was pleasant to the eyes, and an elder to be desired to make one wise, she took of the fruit thereof, and did learn, and gave also unto her husband with her, and he did learn. When we see that brand new expensive car or truck, that huge mansion, that opportunity to be a movie star, a singer, an athlete, a world-renowned false preacher, a CEO in a business, or just having the bag. Those are our wishes. I'm talking giving up everything to make that wish come true. There's always someone there to help you ease your way onto that wish. The spirit, that woman, desired the fruits that the serpent eloquently explained to her. Like we desire these things we can see. The bells and whistles of the car. You don't have to drive it. Get your Tesla. You ain't got to drive it. You can put your makeup on. You can check the scoreboards of sports. You can eat. Play on a game that's on your phone. Or how about that new toilet in your new mansion? It washes, wipes, and dry you off. And for another 100,000, it can be programmed to even pull down your underwear for you. All you got to do is sit. Get in the church that you want, and your congregation comes in. When they come through the door, their tithes are automatically taken out of their account. No more ATMs in the church. As soon as they hit the door, the money go. Genesis 3 and 7. And the eyes, the understanding of them both were opened, and they knew that they were naked in sin. And they sewed fig leaves together and made themselves aprons. After you have gotten your wish here on this earth, reality sets in. That car note is higher than the Eiffel Tower in Paris. And work hours has decreased on the job. So it's hard to make that payment. You can't put makeup on. You can't check scores. Eat while you're riding. Why? Because of the bumps and potholes in the road. Because of people swerving into your lanes. That new toilet in your mansion, wetting you up and everything else. You're in a mansion and you are the only person in that house. You don't have a maid or you don't have lawn care. You got to do it all. But the house is pretty. The congregation isn't really coming into the church anymore. So the tithes are down. And you know, Trump is trying to cut out that tax exempt on certain 501(c) businesses. And one of them he did mention was the church. In the Wishmaster series, everyone who made a wish had the wish granted. And the wish always went to hell in a handbasket. Well, what did the genie want? He wanted their souls. Every person died. Genesis 3:23. Genesis 3:23. Therefore, the Spirit of God, our God, sent him forth from the Garden of Eden to till the ground from whence he was taken. Being separated from the Spirit of God is death, forever. We ask the Most High to give us from the biggest things we can see to the smallest things. Who don't wish they could get that handicap spot? Who don't wish to get that EBT card or find someone who you can use theirs? Who don't wish to get that big plate from a heathen feast day gathering? We are raised up wishing. We wish for Christmas. We blow out candles and make wishes on birthdays. We make wishes for New Year's. Cartoons and kid movies say, wish upon a star or a fallen star. We wish on all these things, taking our minds and desires off of the Spirit of God. Let's go to James 4:3. James 4:3. Ye ask and receive not, because ye ask amiss. Amiss, meaning perverse, sinful, wrong, wickedly, that ye may consume it upon your lust. Whatever that true desire is, that's what we wish for. And when we get it, what we do? We love to say, God gave it to us. You cannot see the Spirit. Has anyone seen your own spirit? Put yes in the chat if you done seen it. Maybe you have never tried. So, let's look in a mirror or in anything that holds a reflection and see if you can see your spirit. Look real closely. Ask someone you trust to see if they can look in your eyes and see your spirit. Or look into their eyes and see if you can see theirs. Heathens say that the eyes are the window to your soul. Before or after coming into the truth, has anyone seen the Spirit of God? What do he look like? Is he 6 foot tall? He got 6-pack abs? He making 6 figures? Is she 36, 24, 36 with a swimsuit on? These things the things we should want is nothing in this world. But our deep down desires say, I got to have him, or I got to have her. I got to have this, or I got to have that. And the wishing is to help make it over the top to accomplish that deep-rooted desire that we all say we let go of. Let me tell you my deepest wish and why I couldn't get the genie to help me. Now, you know, in the South, we be some church-going fools. I used to wonder why we couldn't get a Sunday off. You know, maybe you could make an arrangement. 12 straight Sundays, then 2 Sundays off. I thought that would be pretty good. But, you know, that's not happening. Because they got to have that tithe every Sunday. Yet still, I wanted to be a pulpit pimp. I wanted to tell our people how to get to heaven and how hot hell is and how miserable they were going to be forever. The reason why I wanted to let the people know, there's a movie I was helping a deacon show to other churches. The church I went to in today's time was a mega church. So I was looking at, you know, being a young teenager, getting up on some girls, you know, from different parts of the city that I haven't been to. But playing that movie, it's something about it discouraged me with the girls. And playing that movie and listening to the yelling, listening to the screaming, and listening to the crying, and looking at the flames consume everyone in hell. I didn't want that for us. Look at your skin, look at your skin. Wasn't slavery enough? I was thinking then. Now this movie has mainly Keebler's in it. Keebler is the name brand of a popular food. So match it up, people, match it up. The reason I couldn't join the PPP is because I couldn't get answers as a young man to my questions. So how would I be able to answer questions if asked? What are some of these questions? I'm glad you asked. If it was only Adam, Eve, Cain, Abel, where did Seth and Cain wives come from? Did they have to wait on their sisters to become adults and marry them? And how would Cain get his wife from Seth and his wife, and he had already been banished? Was she supposed to go and find him? Why did the animals stop talking? It's almost like, you know, it said the serpent was talking, and he was the most subtle in the field. We was also told he had arms and legs, but because of what he did, it was taken away, and he was on his belly from now on. And I wanted to know how in the world did Pinocchio and Jonah stay in the belly of the whale? Jonah was in the belly of the whale for 3 days and for 3 nights. Was it a floating chair in there? Was it a floating boat in the whale? Was it a table? Was it some food stashed away? Did God make an exception for the ass to talk to and warn Balaam? So saying that the animals wasn't talking no more, the ass warned Balaam so that he wouldn't get killed. So was it an exception for him to be able to talk? These are just some of the questions that couldn't be answered. Now, when the genie appears and offers to grant your wish, how should we respond? Let's go to Matthew 4:8-11. Matthew 4:8-11. Again the devil, the genie, taketh him up into an exceeding high mountain, and sheweth him all the kingdoms of the world, and the glory of them, and saith unto him, All these things will I give thee, if thou wilt fall down and worship me. Can you imagine being offered everything that associates with wealth, fame, power, and all you got to do is worship in a church? Men wearing women's clothes. You got Martin Lawrence and a whole lot of other comedians come up wearing women's clothes because it's supposed to be funny. Or performing a man-on-man or woman-on-woman love scene in a movie. Like Will Smith doing a gay scene with a Keebler in 6 degrees of separation. Joining a secret society. The Masons and Eastern Stars, joining a fraternity, joining a sorority. You don't have to do nothing for the come up but worship the devil, that genie, in some form or fashion as he wants you to. However, when you see those desires and want a helping hand to get them, don't say you prayed and the Spirit of God gave it to you. He is not a genie who wants to grant wishes. Do as JEHOVAH did. Verse 10. Then saith JEHOVAH unto him, Get thee hence, Satan, genie, for it is written, Thou shalt worship the Creator thy God, and him only shalt thou serve. Verse 11. Then the devil, the genie, leaveth him, and remember, messengers came and ministered unto him. On this journey, don't look left or right and wish for anything in this matrix. It's not real. Stay on the path. Messengers, elders, evangelists, deacons, brothers are feeding you multiple times daily. So if it's anything you feel like you can't get through, listen to one of the messengers. There is something out there for you daily. I hope someone got something out of this lesson. And until the next time we meet, I like to say, Shalom.